Hello everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel AgriEdit. Today we will start with the second part of mock test series of entomology. So without wasting time, let us start and solve the first question. Coming to first question, J.C. Fabricius has classified the insects into dash orders based on type of mouthparts. J.C. Fabricius is the well-known entomologist who has made extensive study on Indian insects for the first time in 1758. He has classified the insects into 9 orders based on the type of mouthparts. So option A will be the right answer. So when you study the history part, you should be able to remember the most important books and also different scientist contributions. So mostly around 4 to 5 questions will be asked from this part. Coming to the next question, match the pairs of natural enemy and country from which they have been imported. Here in list A, they have given different natural enemies, and in list B, that is in second column, they have given from the country which they have been imported. So Apellinis mali is used for the control of apple woolly aphid. I had explained in the first mock test series itself regarding these biocontrol agents, and it has been imported from England in the year 1937. Whereas Rhodelia cardinalis, it has been imported from USA to India, and Encasia parniaceae, it has been imported from China. Whereas Tilonymous remis, it has been imported from Guinea, that is New Guinea. So according to this, what will be the answer? 4123. 4123. Option B is the right answer. Apellinis mali, as I said, it is used for the control of apple woolly aphid, and Rhodelia cardinalis was used for the control of Eiseria purchasei. Encarsia parnassia is used to control Sanjo scale, and whereas Tilonymous remis, it is used for the control of tobacco caterpillar, that is Spodoptera litura. These biological control agents are most important, which will be asked in many times, that is in JRF point of view. Moving to next question. Insecticide having fumigant action. Option A is malathion, option B is DDVP, and option C is cypermethrin, option D is fenvalerate. Let us know what about the malathion. Malathion is a stomach and contact poison. Whereas DDP is having fumigant action along with high penetrant capacity. And what about cypermethrin and fenvalerate? These are contact insecticides. Mostly synthetic pyrethroids are having contact action. So option B will be the right answer, that is DDVP. Moving to next question. Sulfose release a poisonous gas, namely. Sulfose is the trade name of what? Aluminum phosphide. Aluminum phosphide, you should be well known about the composition of aluminum phosphide. It comprises of 56% of aluminum phosphide with 41% of ammonium carbonate and 3% of paraffin wax. And when it used or when it reacts with the water or moisture, you can tell, it releases phosphine gas, which is very toxic to the insects. Most commonly, it is used for stored grain pest. So here the option is B, that is option B is the right answer. Moving to next question. First documented insecticide resistance in the world appears in. See here, first documented insecticide resistance In the word, see the question properly. Here, word has been given, not in India. So, be careful while reading the questions. Option A, California red scale to hydrogen cyanide. This was reported by Quale the year 1916. And Singara beetle, which was resistant to HCH, was reported by S. Pradhan in the year 1963. This was the first case in India reported of resistance. Whereas red floor beetle, this is with respect to stored grain pest. Whereas Sanjog scale to lime sulfur has been reported by Melander in the year 1914. This was the first time in the world reported by Melander where the insect has been shown the resistant to lime sulfur. So, option D is the right answer. If they have asked the question in India, then which will be the right answer here? Singara beetle, which is resistant to HCH. So, now option D is the right answer as per the question. Moving to next question. Match the insecticide with group they belongs. Here in first column they have been given the classification of different carbamates. Here the in option, that is in group B, they have been given with different groups. So you have to match with that. Isolon is heterocyclic carbamate. Carbaryl, naphthyl. Carbofuran belongs to phenyl carbamate. Aldicarb belongs to oxime. So option, which option will be right here? 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. Which is right? Option A. Coming to next question. Trade name of Achuk is chrysanthemum. Option A. Option B is neem. Option C is rose. Option D is sabadilla. Here Achuk is the trade name of Azadirachta indica, which is known as, common name is neem. Option B is right answer. Coming to next question, which nervous system is associated with foregut and hindgut? Here mainly you know that the nervous system has been divided into central nervous system, visceral nervous system and peripheral nervous system. You should know what parts will come under these types of nervous system. Central nervous system mainly includes brain and also ventral nerve cord. Visceral nervous system mainly includes somatogastric nervous system, caudal and ventral nervous system. Whereas peripheral mainly includes the ganglions radiating from both central and visceral nervous system. So you remember in somatogastric, it mainly includes foregut and hindgut, sorry, midgut. So option B is the right answer here. Moving to next question. Order Columella contains. Is direct question, you can tell easily. Because order Columella, it mainly comprises of springtails. Common name is springtails. So option B is the right answer. Let us see other options, silverfish and bristol tail. These two are belonging to the order Lysanura. What about mayfly? Belongs to the order Pimeroptera. And one more important character of Columella you have to remember is, it is having 3 abdominal appendages. That is which is situated on first, third and fourth. In first abdominal segment, colophore is present, whereas in third, retinaculum is present. And in case of fourth, springing organ, furcula is present. These three positions are most important. Please keep in mind. May be asked in the exam. Moving to next question. Dash was the traveler studying the natural wealth of India and wrote on the cultivation of flax in India and in sericulture in some part of the South India in 1880. Let us see the options. J.G. Koinigi. J.G. Koinigi is related with the year 1767 to 1779. He has mainly studied the Indian insects and has a special account on termites of Tanjavur district. What about Dr. Kirk? The year 1782, an account of flax insect was published by him. And Lionel D. Nesvelli, you will be knowing well. 1901, he was appointed as the first entomologist to the government of India. Remaining is option D, that is Buchanan. He was related to this question, that is, he was a traveler who has studied the natural wealth of India and also wrote a note on the cultivation of flax in India. So, option D is the right answer. Coming to next question, order Mallophaga mainly includes bird lice, book lice, cicadas. Here, Mallophaga mainly common name is bird lice. It mainly includes bird lice. So, option A is the right answer. What about book lice? It belongs to Psocoptera. And cricket, Orthoptera. What about cicada? Hemiptera. Moving to next question. Given below are two statements. Here statement type of questions. In first statement they have been given as in longhorn grasshopper, tympanum is present on the base of 4 tibia. Of course, it is true statement. Sorry, it belongs to Ensiphera. Told you Ensiphera comprises of short-horn grasshoppers. And in short-horn grasshoppers, tympanum is present on either side of the first abdominal segment. It is also true. So, both statements are true in this case. Option A is right. Going to next question. Example of carcinogenic group of insecticide. Here, the different groups of insecticides have been given. You have to choose which is more carcinogenic when compared to other insecticides or other groups. Organochlorines, organophosphates, carbamate, synthetic pyrethroids. First time, that is before all these organophosphate, carbamates and synthetic pyrethroids, they have been synthesized organochlorines, where these are more persistent and having high residual effect, and also these are lipophilic in nature, so that they can accumulate in the fat body tissues of animal. You heard the term of biomagnification, right? One thing you have to keep in mind that from one trophic level to higher trophic level, DDT concentration has been increasing. That means its toxicity level is increasing due to its lipophilicity, that is lipophilic nature, so that it can accumulate in the fat body tissues. Option A is right answer here. Moving to next question. Which of the following is a synergist of malathion? What is synergist? It is a non-toxic compound. When combined with a pesticide, increases its toxicity level. So that is nothing but synergist. You may heard the concept of combi products or joint toxicity. Here all it is included. Synergism will be shown in these types of products. Why these are done? In order to decrease the resistance. Why? Because if you go on increasing the use of insecticides alone, insects show resistance problem, or you can tell that insects will become resistant to those insecticides. So in order to reduce it, synergist will be used. Option is pipernyl butoxide, B is atropine sulfate, C is strychnine, and D is carbofuran. Here in option A, it is the most common synergist which will be used for the malathion. Apart from this, you can have the example like sesamin and sesamolin. These are also other synergists which will be used along with synthetic pyrethroids. And what is atropine sulfate? It is an antidote for OP compounds and carbamates. And what about strychnine? It is a rodenticide. What about carbofuran? Carbamate insecticide. So next question, match the insecticides with the source they have been obtained. Here the insecticides have been given. You have to match with the source of these insecticides. Pyrethrum is obtained from Chrysanthemum cineifolium. Nicotine is obtained from Nicotiana tabacum. Rotenone is obtained from Derris elliptica. Neris toxin is obtained from Neris heteropoda. So 2, 3, 4, 1. Option D is the right answer. We'll go to next question. Paris green was first time used against which pest? Option A is Colorado potato beetle, and option B is houseflies, termites and ants. Paris grease, you have to remember, it is an inorganic compound and it is a mixture of copper acetate and copper arsenate, which was used against Colorado beetle in the year 1867. So option E is right answer here. What about houseflies? You can use formaldehyde. And termites, pentachlorophenol. It acts as a repellent for termites. And what about ants? Generally mercury chloride is used in book binding in order to get repelled from the ants. Going to next question, match the pairs with least one is having some of the insects which are controlled by using sterile insect technique. Cattle screworm, and you have to match with the island where they have been performed. Cattle screworm has been performed in Curaçao Island, Mediterranean fruit fly in Hawaii Island, melon fruit fly in island of Rota, and oriental fruit fly in island of Tinian. So 3, 4, 2, 1. Which is the option here? Option C is right answer. Moving to next question. Insecticide having high LD50 value indicates. What is LD50? Most of the students will get confused with this type of question because they will think that if the dose LD50 value is more, then the toxicity is also more. No, it is wrong because both are inversely proportional with each other. LD50 is nothing but is the lethal dose which is required to kill 50% of the insect population. So, if the dose is high, that means if the dose required is high, definitely its toxicity will be low. So, what will be the answer here? C, that is less toxic. Please don't get confused with this. Always remember LD50 value and its toxicity level are inversely proportional. Moving to next question. Microorganism metabolizing the insecticide malathion is Trichoderma viridae, Bacillus subtilis, Pseudomonas butida and E. coli. Here the malathion mainly metabolized by Trichoderma viridae. Option A. What about Bacillus subtilis? It metabolizes phenitrophenone. And Pseudomonas butida, it mainly metabolizes BHC. And E. coli mainly metabolizes DDT. Moving to next question. Eriborus trochanteritis is a dash parasitoid of coconut black-headed airy caterpillar. Eriborus trochanteritis, it is a larval parasitoid, not egg, not pupal or adult. It is a larval parasitoid which belongs to the family Ichneumonidae. So, next question. Trade name of Cartap hydrochloride is Confidor, Padan, Pride and Actara. Which is the trade name of Cartap hydrochloride? Padan. Option B. And what about Confidor? It is the trade name of Imidacloprid. What about Pride? Acetamiprid. And Actara and Cruiser for Thiamethoxam. You have to remember the important trade names of insecticides. I had given few of them here. You can see Diafenthiran, which is the trade name of, Diafenthiran, trade name is Polo and Pegasus. And Aldicarb, Temic is a trade name. Diflubenzuron, Dimilin and Fipronil and Chlorantraniliprole, Coragin. What about Flubendomide, same. Novaluron, Mon, Dinotoferon, Token. And what about Flonicamide, Ulala, Indoxacarb, Avant. These are the important types of insecticides and its trade names. These two types, that is Flonicamide and Pymetrazine. His trade name is Chess. These two are important for the control of sucking pest. All will be knowing about dimethoate, imidacloprid, all those things. But you remember these are the new insecticides, pymetrazine and flonicamide, which are used mostly for sucking pest. Moving to next question. Name the tear gas among the following. Option A is methyl bromide, option B is ethylene dichloride and C is chloropicrin and phosphine. This is also a direct question. Tear gas is chloropicrin is called as tear gas. Option C is the right answer because it causes irritant to the eyes and causes lacrimation, and it is very volatile in nature when compared to other fumigants. Moving to next question. Which of the following component is used to disperse the pesticide uniformly? Here, if you know the concept of saying sprayer parts, you will be able to answer this question. So, first is valves. Valves are used for the, what is the function of valve? Mainly direct the flow. What is nozzle? It is used for breaking the liquid into spray droplets. And pump, it mainly increases the pressure from which the liquid will move from tank to nozzle. This is the function of pump. Lastly, agitator. It is used to disperse the particle uniformly. So option D is the right answer here. Match the page. Here the list A they have been given with trade names, and list B from which they have been taken, that is microbial. These are the microbial pesticides. Bioblast has been taken from fungi Metrrhizum anaceae, which is used against termites. What about Spicturin? Gelleria melalonella, it has been extracted or taken from bacteria. It is Bacillus thuringiensis gelleriae. Podopterin, it is virus Podoptera littoralis. It acts against Podoptera littoralis. What about gnat? Chironema feltiae, it is nematode. Has been taken from, it is a composition of nematode and it acts against dipteran pest. So, 2, 3, 4, 1. Which option is right here? Option A. Moving to next question, action of pymetrozine. I told that this insecticide is most important for sucking pests, for the control of sucking pests like aphids. They act by preventing stylet insertion. So, which is the option here? Prevent stylet insertion. Option A. And what about other options? Accelerate stylet insertion, prevents teething because it is mainly act for sucking pests. So option C also deleted, and it is repellent. It is also wrong match. Moving to next question. Mention the match the insecticide with the site of action. Here the insecticides have been given, and in the second column they have been given the site of action where they will acted. Pyrethroids, these are axonic poisons, act through act on axonic membrane. What about cyclodines? They mainly act on presynaptic membrane. What about nicotine? Postsynaptic membrane, and OP compounds, synaptic membrane. So option 2, 4, 1, 3. 2, 4, 1, 3. Option D is the right answer. Let us know their mode of action and group number also according to IRAC classification. That is pyrethroids belongs to group A, group 3A, and its mode of action is sodium channel modulators. What about cyclodines? It belongs to 2A group. These are mainly acted like GABA gated chloride channel antagonist. And what about nicotine? This belongs to 4B group, and it mode of action is nicotinamide acetylcholine receptor competitive modulators. And OP compounds, these mainly belongs to the group of 1B. 1A is carbamates and 1B belongs to OP compounds. Mainly inhibits acetylcholine esterase enzyme, both carbamates and OP compounds. So mode of action is important. Please keep remember, that is some of the important insecticides and its group according to IRAC classification. Moving to next question. Dash type of nozzle is used to spray insecticides and fungicides. Option A is hollow cone, option B is flat fan, option C is solid cone, and option D is jet type. Here type of nozzles are most important in part, sprayers and that is pesticidal application equipment part. Here hollow cone nozzles. Hollow cone nozzles are used for, it is insecticides and fungicide spray. What about flat fan and solid cone and jet type? These are used for herbicides. Mostly used for spraying of herbicides. flat fan for herbicides, solid cone spot application, that is soil incorporated herbicide. And what about jet type, that is flood jet type? These are also used for spraying of herbicides along with mixture of fertilizers also. So move to next. When two or more different parasitoids attack a single same host individual is known as. It is with respect to biological control and classification. And here the what is superparasitide? Superparasitism. What is superparasitism? More number of individuals belonging to the same species. Remember that same species will attack a single host. It is nothing but superparasitism. Example, Trichospilus pupivora, which is a pupal parasitide of coconut black-headed hairy caterpillar. What about multiparasitism? Multiparasitism is nothing but two or more different types of parasitoids will attack a single host. It is nothing but multiparasitism. You can tell the example of it is Eryborus trachantaritis and Trichospilus pupivora, Brecon hebiter or brevicornis. All will attack a single host, that is coconut black-headed hairy caterpillar. So you can differentiate by taking the same host, and it will be very easy to remember. What is hyperparasitism? Parasitoid of a parasite is nothing but hyperparasitism. Here, aphid species attacked by Aphidius is a parasitoid, and later it is attacked by Cynipid gall wasp. So one parasitoid is attacked by other parasitoid, that is nothing but hyperparasitism. What about simple parasitism? Only one parasitoid attacking one single host. Example is Goinosus nepenthes, attacks coconut black-headed hairy caterpillar. So see here option B, that is multiparasitism, because here two or more different attacking a same host. Moving to next question. Book Social Insect was written by John Ray. John Ray, what about its contribution of John Ray? He has given species, word term species. And what about Snodgrass? He has written the book of Principles of Insect Morphology. What about Comstock? Along with him, Needham has given insect wing venation. And finally, Wheeler, he has given the word, that is term diapause, and also written the book called as Social Insect. So, the option, which is the true option here? Option D. Moving to the last question, as the insects its repellent. In column A, different insects has been given, and in column B, repellents has been given. In column A, that is mosquito. What is its repellent? Dimethyl phthalate. What about ticks and fleas? It's N-butyl acetanilide. Cattle fleas, diacetyl phthalate. And what about mites? Benzyl benzoate. If you are not having some doubt or in confusion with this mosquito and like cattle fleas, you just remember like this. Both are diacetyl phthalate and dimethyl phthalate. Here diacetyl will comes for cattle. Remember like this, C, and here also starts with C letter. And what about mosquito? It starts with the letter M. So here dimethyl, it is also having the letter M. So you will be able to remember easily and you don't forget this. So, but the option is true here. 2, 4, 1, 3. So option A is the right answer for this question. Along with this, you have to remember the different repellents which has been given in treatise. You can see on box is there where they have given different insects along with the different repellents, and even there are some like attractants also. So this concept also you have to remember, and this is the last session of mock test part 2. Thank you.